This optimum output level comes into picture like when we discuss the production functions. We agreed that production functions will not tell us the profit maximizing output level. Production functions will tell us the maximum output level with the given inputs. Right? We have different sets of inputs. If you get the expansion path or the EP tells us how our production process is increasing. If we change two labors, and then what is the capital, amount of capital? If it is 10 labor, what is the amount of capital? So this is the optimum level of resource utilization. But it doesn't say what is the optimum output level. If you want to maximize your output, what is the optimum level of output level? For that, we need to use this discussion. And we will be taking this for the next 2 classes. So therefore, try to understand the concept clearly. That is, we are using the cost functions in the short run, which we defined in the previous class. Right? So we are having average total cost, then average variable cost. So variable cost and the total cost are there. And the marginal cost is here. As in the production function, marginal cost curve goes to the minimum point of AC and ABC. I hope you remember the total production function we had, then we had the average production function, then we had the marginal production function. So marginal production function was increasing and decreasing. When it is decreasing, it cuts through the maximum of average product. The same way, the marginal cost will cut through the minimum point. In that case, maximum, this case, minimum point of this cost curve. Right. There is an additional thing, but the thing that we want to discuss, right? Now let's assume we know demand and supply analysis. So we are having demand and supply here, and price will be determined by the market. I will explain that later, next lecture. So that price is given. Let's assume this price is given in the market. That can be explained as the marginal revenue. This is in the perfectly competitive market. Marginal revenue means the revenue that is generating to the total revenue by increasing 1 unit of output. When we increase our output by 1 more unit, when we increase our output by 1 more unit, what is the additional revenue adding to the total revenue is known as marginal revenue. So here, at this point, marginal revenue equal to marginal cost. Marginal revenue equal to marginal cost. So this is the marginal revenue. This is the marginal revenue. And this is the marginal cost. So we are getting the equilibrium here. And in economic theory, we say that any firm, it may be perfectly competitive, it may be monopoly or oligopoly or duopoly or whatever it is. Profit maximizing firm will decide its output at the point where MR equal to MC. Or marginal revenue equal to marginal cost. So this is this point. Then we see what is our output level. And this is the profit maximizing output level. So the point MR equal to MC is known as the profit maximizing output level. In that place, we are having a few things to be analyzed. So let's assume I will come later to explain you why we decide on MR equal to MC as our output level. Now, for the moment, just assume as it is given. So the given scenario is MR equal to MC is the optimum output level. So then Q will be that particular output level which maximizes profit. Then there are a few things. First one, 0 to AVC, this much. What is that? This is known as ATC, average variable cost. And the difference between ATC and AVC, we know this is AFC. This is AFC. Right? So all together we call all these area as ATC, average total cost. Average total cost will be having two components, average fixed cost and average variable cost. So then what is this? It is the revenue higher than the cost. So revenue higher than the cost is known as profit. And so this area is known as profit, or we call that as economic profit, right? So this is called economic profit. It is not simple profit. It is the economic profit which we learned in the previous class. Because in the previous class, again, we learned there are two things called economic profit and accounting profit. Accounting profit means that is the difference between the cost and the revenue, or revenue and the cost in book values. And we get the book value and see what are the revenues, what are the costs. So the difference is known as profit. That is known as accounting profit. But in economic profit, we worry about the opportunity cost. What we discussed in the previous class. In economics, we are worrying about the opportunity cost. Therefore, when we say cost, it is easy. That includes the normal profit for the entrepreneur. So ATC includes normal profit for the entrepreneur. So from here to here, we have all the payment for land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship. Payment to entrepreneurship is known as profit. If you are not paying that, we have some imputed value using the opportunity cost. But anyway, the point what I wanted to highlight, here we are getting the total cost, including the profit, normal profit. The rest of here is known as the economic profit. Right? So we will be discussing this in detail in the next title. So after this.